In the distance, Pedersen captured Mary's delightful photo moment. His recommendation worked like magic then. The local newspaper bought Mary's royal photo. At Christmas, she earned extra cash and fame grew like a snowball. More people knocked for Christmas photos. Then Fried returned from the front. He thought he could make a name for himself in the army, but he didn't even face a decent battle and had to survive on awful food. From strikes to war, he never seemed to win. At home, a house full awaited Mary's photos. Such a scene simply made him feel all the more frustrated inside. Whose phone is it that's flashing over there? This time, Mary completely ignored his complaints, and Fried felt left out. He went off to the tavern to drown his sorrows, strolling around with his mistress until one day he stumbled upon Pedersen's photo studio. To his horror, he saw his wife's photo hanging there, and he blew his top, storming inside to snatch the picture and yell at Pedersen. Furious, he returned home and forced Mary to sell her camera, demanding, "Tell me, what are you still looking at?" "The camera. It's going to be taken away." "Well, you can't touch it. You can't do anything to it. Don't you dare touch that camera." Fried thought his wife had ulterior motives, but he didn't dare truly grab the camera, so he did something even more outrageous and dragged Mary inside. Mary cried as her eldest daughter comforted siblings in tears, shattering her. What's worse was she found herself pregnant again, for the first time, not wanting the baby. She heard that if she jumped around on a table, maybe the pregnancy could be saved. Mary jumped for ages, but still ended up keeping the baby. After the child's birth, he too ate cereal letter 4B5 Veomati circumflexi contracted polio, making Mary feel guilty, thinking her recklessness harmed him. One day, her son accidentally broke Mary's cherished film, and in a moment of anger, she slapped him, only to feel immediate regret. She suddenly realized that she had actually slapped her son merely over a piece of film, and at that very instant, the thought of giving up photography crossed her mind. However, Pedersen simply couldn't bring himself to witness her remarkable talent being squandered in such a manner. Mary had truly seen the magic of photography. She couldn't look away from this world, and photography opened a new door for her. In that new world, she felt an unprecedented thrill, an achievement unattainable by many around her. Pedersen's words rekindled the spark in her heart, and their connection deepened daily. With just a few simple words, they could unravel the confusion in Mary's heart. Pedersen also introduced her to a more magical movie. That day, Mary took her kids to see a Charlie Chaplin comedy. At home, the 8 imitated Chaplin drew mustaches and played when Fried walked in. "Wow, you guys are having way too much fun. What exactly is going on here?" "Are you kidding me? It looks like I'm the only one working hard." "So I'm stuck working while you're all having a blast, right?" In fact, they had invited Fried before going to the movies, but he had ignored them with a long face. Now, seeing the family gathered, he heard the kids say the tightwad and funny mustache in the movie resembled Dad. However, he didn't dare say a word. Hearing the kids say the funny mustache looked like Mr. Pedersen completely lit his fuse. His mind was a mess. He felt like everyone in the house was lifting their heads high under Mary's influence. "Can you help out my kid? We've only played for a bit. I hope you can just chop this annoying hair off." "That's enough for now." This time Mary refused to stay silent. She declared that heaven knows she's had enough, and Mary's stand made Fried feel his manhood was in danger. In his rage, he screamed at his wife's neck, "You're supposed to protect her." However, Fried didn't dare take action, but Mary made up her mind to call the cops and send him to jail. The kids thought their mom was leaving their dad to be with Pedersen, and the little one cautiously asked her. The oldest daughter advised her to just leave the man. She had seen their father's violent act. She had loved him too, but felt their life could be much easier without him around. Pedersen also saw this as Mary's chance to fully break free from Fried. She had subtly mentioned she was already divorced, but she had never crossed the line until Fried assaulted her. That's when she finally voiced her feelings. "I feel so grateful to you. The best things have happened in my heart." Mary didn't let her finish, kissed her softly as farewell. Pedersen understood. Ultimately, Mary would not leave Fried, whether due to her faith or her role as a mother of 7. She just couldn't let go of that home. On the day Fried got out of jail, Mary personally went to pick him up, wearing a hat. Then she quietly took his hand, and they went back home, watching the kids happily dash into their father's arms. Mary knew she was still a good mother to her kids, while Fried saw she still cared for the old horse. This stirred up a complex emotion in him. The horse was what she saved years ago. And even in her toughest times, she couldn't bring herself to sell it, managing to support the family solely with her photography skills. Mary gave up welfare, as it meant admitting her husband's abuse ruined their finances. Every detail made Fried feel Mary truly understood his feelings for the first time.